Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to beautiful Allen Family Field at Advanced Soccer Complex. Right now you're looking live at the JV matchup between your Plainsmen and the Stillwater Pioneer JV team as well. So right now the score is tied 1-1 with 2:45 left, so it looks like it might be going to penalty kicks, but we'll keep you updated on the score from here, and we will get started with the Pacer varsity game as soon as it's underway. Lane Franklin alongside Sam Good. You're watching Pacer Soccer on EPS TV. And ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to Allen Family Field at Advanced Soccer Complex. So the JV game just ended. They're not going to go to penalty kicks. So coming up next, your Enid Pacers take on the Stillwater Lady Pioneers on senior night. So let's see. The Pacers win here. They booked themselves a trip to the playoffs. So let's see what the Pacers can do. Coming up next, live here on EPS TV. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Allen Family Field at Advanced Soccer Complex for tonight's matchup between your Enid Pacers and the Stillwater Lady Pioneers. Now, what a good one this is sure to be, because the Pacers are fighting for the fourth and final seed for playoffs, and a win here puts them in that spot, and they'll be going to playoffs for the first time in 2 years. So we'll touch more on that coming back from the Star Spangled Banner.
Number 15, Vanessa Reel. Number 19, Brianna Cervantes. And number 24, Styla Salazar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome you back to Allen Family Field Advanced Soccer Complex. As I mentioned, tonight's matchups between the Pacers and the Stillwater Pioneers. And this one's huge for the Pacers, as this determines if they will be making it to postseason or if they're going to fall a game short. A win here puts them in 4th place, securing the final seed. So let's see what they can do. Starting lineup for the Pacers consists of Bree Lamoureux, Diana Casillas, Julie Hernandez, Ava Burnett, Lauren Jackson, Bailey Ross, Marisol Delgadillo, Maya Hessel, Vanessa Real, Brianna Cervantes, and Sila Salazar. A majority senior lineup here for senior night. So let's see if the Pacers can try to get something going here and maybe secure playoffs for the first time since Coach Lavoie's tenure here in 2023. That should be a fun one. I actually took the fan bus over to Bixby for that game, so that was pretty fun. So the Pacers are coming off a 1-0 loss to the Piedmont Lady Wildcats. That one was a very close game. I believe Ava Burnett was out that game. So let's see if the Pacers get on a roll here and start off strong against the Pioneers.
Yes, of course. This game is looking very great. These are both two very great teams this season.
Yeah. And, you know, there's not really, like you said earlier, like we were talking, there's not really a clear winner on this one because they're about even record-wise. We're at a 6-7 record, and with a 3-3 district record, and Stillwater with a 4-2 district record and 8-6 overall.
Yes.
So
yes, this game is looking very unwritten where the winner is. So
yeah, it definitely is. And that one goes out of bounds. Be a corner kick for the Lady Pioneers. So here we go, corner kick for the Lady Pioneers. The Pacers get back on that one. Tonight also last night for these seniors, but last night for me as well. So it's going to be a fun time. We're going to have a great time tonight and hopefully end on a few wins. As you know, there is a tiny but still there's a chance for the Plainsmen to make it in. Odds are stacked against them in that one, but if they can pull it off, it would be huge. What they have to do is score about 4 to 6 goals and rely on some other goals rely on some other scores throughout the state for them to make it in. So it's almost impossible, but not impossible. So we'll see if both teams can maybe clinch their way to the playoffs.
I mean, hopefully they do, because this team has been really good this season.
And what a save for the Pacers by Bree Lamoureux. Kind of took a gamble there because if she wouldn't have dove on it, left Stillwater a wide open chance to score there. Pacers trying to push through the Stillwater defense, but not quite able to. So looking at both coaches, as you know, on our side for the Pacers, head coach George Cavada in his first season with the Pacers took over just prior to the season starting, facing against third season head coach of the Stillwater Lady Pioneers, Tanner Rivera, in his third season with a 20-21 overall record as his time as the Lady Pioneers head coach. Looking to make that 21-21 tonight with a win here against the Pacers. But if the Pacers win here, they're going to finish 7-7 on the season. It'll be the third year in a row they have finished just 500 on the season. And Lamoureux with another save. Just about 4.5 minutes surpassed here in this match. The first half. Score still 0-0. Tied up. while we're talking about Enid Sports, I want to give a quick shout out to Enid Plainsman Baseball with a 10-2 win over the Sand Springs Sandites this last Tuesday. They have locked up a spot to host regionals at our very own David Allen Memorial Ballpark, so that's going to be a good time. Hope all of you all can make it out there and support the Plainsmen as they're going to be looking to go back to state for the 4th year in a row. That would be huge for them. Slow pitch softball also going to be on the road for regionals at Southmore this coming Wednesday. They have, I want to say, a 27-9 record, 27-10, so that's pretty good for the Pacers. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we've mentioned before, this is a win-or-go-home situation for the Pacers. They lose, they're eliminated. A win here takes them into the postseason. Not quite sure who their opponent would be yet, but it would be, I believe, one of the Tulsa area schools. So the Pacers would have a tough task there, but they've held their own a lot this season against a lot of the tougher teams. Because I mean, this is not necessarily a biased opinion, but it's kind of a factual one. If you go back and look at our schedule, we have one of the hardest preseason schedules in 6A soccer, non-district wise, playing teams in our state. We got Mustang, Edmond North, Norman North, and in all of those except for Mustang and Edmond North, we did pretty well. Norman North, we did pretty well against. That game was a 3-1 score, and we actually almost pulled that one off. Just a few mistakes in the second half led Norman to scoring 2 goals, and they just took it on the Pacers. And but besides that, they did pretty well. They lost that game, I believe, 5 or 6-0 last year. So a lot of these games they're improving on, and with some of these seniors leaving, there's a bunch of freshmen to replace them, or sophomores right there to replace them. So I think the Pacers are going to be pretty well off next year with the young team that they have.
Yes, of course. Our Pacer soccer team is has a very young core.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at our varsity roster, a lot of more freshmen, sophomores.
Brianna Cervantes out there as a freshman, and then you have already 5, 6, 7 freshmen on here, and but you have about 6 or 7 freshmen on here, and I mean they're going to be pretty well off after this year with the young team that they have. Anytime the Pacers try to gain any bit of momentum here, Stillwater is right there to stop it in its tracks. So just about 8 minutes surpassed here in this game. Still tied up 0-0. Neither team kind of giving the other an advantage here. Both of them trying to look and see if they can find one on the other, but not able to yet.
Yeah, it's very clear that they're both on a very attacking team. I think both are trying to secure a playoff contention.
Yeah, well, Stillwater's already locked one up with the 2nd seed in our district, but if they view this Pacer team as a tough team to play, so they're going to be wanting to make sure they stay out of the playoffs so they don't have to see them again.
And I think that goes back to our very tough preseason schedule.
Yeah.
And the teams we've played so far.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our losses are from preseason. Even that hard tournament we had here at ASC and Deaver Selby Stadium, we ended up playing the Bixby Lady Spartans here, losing that one 5-0, and then but that earlier on that day we beat Bishop McGinnis 1-0, which is a huge win. As I talked to Coach Cabata about it just a couple weeks ago, that was a huge win for them, and it kind of excused the lackluster performance against the Lady Spartans because they had played such a tough team in Bishop McGinnis. And the subs coming in for the Pacers. Coach Cabata mainly going with a all-senior starting lineup. but he's also going to be looking to give some of the new players a shot tonight in what could be the seniors' last game if they don't pick up the win here. But as we've seen, the Pacers can start off with some momentum here, but if they start to let it slip away like they do sometimes in the second half, then it's game over. So they're going to have to be careful not to let that happen here. Pacers looking to get some offensive momentum here. That was kicked out of bounds. No, it won't be kicked out of bounds. Pacers still with it. Stillwater with the steal. Pacers looking a little fired up here. Number 12, Marisol Degadio with it. Number 12, Adamaris Herrera, my apologies. Last year, this game, the Pacers, I believe, lost 4-0. So they're going to be looking to get revenge on the Pioneers for last year's game. And the Lady Pioneers are going to strike first against the Pacers. So the Pacers are just going to have to rebound, bounce back from that one, and they're going to have to just keep the momentum going and try to score here. And Burnett had a chance there and couldn't quite capitalize on that. So the Pacers going to kick that one out of bounds. It'll be Lady Pioneer ball. Pacers got close to scoring right there. So let's hope they get another open look like that again. And another chance missed by the Pacers, but they're getting dangerously close. I'd give it just a matter of time before they are able to punch one in and tie this one up 1-1.
Yes, it looks like they're very, very in the attacking forward right now.
Yeah, they are just pushing now. There for a while when they were getting over there, Stillwater was just taking it right back and going over to Enid territory, and finally they were able to capitalize on it and punch one in. But the Pacers are right there this time, and they're going to be looking to try to get one in and tie this one up 1-1.
Yeah, it looks like they saw that mistake, and they're looking to backtrack and tie it up real quick.
So let's see what the Pacers can do, as they're going to be looking to clinch a playoff spot. Another opening. Can Burnett get it? She does! Tie ball game 1-1. Ava Burnett, the senior. She redeems herself from that miss earlier. So the Pacers going to be tying this one up with the Lady Pioneers 1-1. I told you, Sam, it was only a matter of time before they were able to punch one in.
With 23:37 on the clock.
Yeah, so let's see if the Pacers can try to do that again. Let's see what they can do.
It's definitely possible.
That one's going to be out of bounds. Stillwater was looking for another opportunity there to strike and score and respond back to the Pacers and try to take the lead here. But this one, if the defense stays strong on both sides, this one we could go in tied 1-1 at half. So let's see if the Pacers can keep rolling here and try to get the win. And the Pacers had an opportunity there. Another shot by Ava Burnett. That one almost was in. caught by the Stillwater goalie. So with about 15 minutes left, we're all tied up at 1-1. And defense just stay strong from the Pacers. And the Pacers need to try to get an offensive push here and just score one more time to take the lead before halftime. So let's see if they can do that. Corner kick coming up for the Lady Pioneers. Let's see if they can try to get one on the board here and take a 1-goal lead over the Pacers. And that one just goes on the top of the net, out of bounds. It'll be Pacer ball. And 5:40 to go. The Pacers and Lady Pioneers still yet to have scored since their last 2 goals. Let's see if the Pacers can try to keep it that way. Approaching the final 5 minutes of this first half. Coming up next, we have a short little video to show you, and then halftime interview with Mr. Kendon Molinax coming up right here on EPS TV. And another save by Limero with about 90 seconds to go. Looks like they're going to go into this halftime tied 1-1. So the Pacers have had a strong defensive effort after that last goal, even a huge offensive effort too, scoring that one goal to tie this one up 1-1. But they're going to have to keep this momentum going into the second half and trying to take the lead here and book themselves a trip to the 2025 OSSA 6A playoffs.
Bree has definitely been one of our strong suits this season.
Yeah.
She's really good with her hands, jumping around. Like, really great goalie.
Yeah. Been really good. And another save right there. Minute 15 to go. Let's see if the Pacers can keep this one at 1-1 coming up next. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a half it has been. The Pacers tie this one up 1-1 after the Stillwater goal. It's been a great defensive effort since they allowed that goal with about 25 minutes on the clock. So let's see if they can keep that going in the second half and even score one on and book themselves a trip to the playoffs. So coming up next, we got a short video we want to show you. And then after that, halftime interview with Mr. Kendon Molinax coming up right here on EPS TV. Hey guys, my name is Liam Franklin. As you know, I'm the EPS TV head commentator. But if you tuned in lately, I had told you guys we were going to have a video for you recognizing our EPS TV crew. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a video of that, so I figured I would come in here and just record a video and recognize everyone. So as I said, I'm the head commentator, but I'm not going to make this about me. You guys see me enough. I want to recognize everyone that's behind the scenes or with me on commentary. So my commentary partners, Sam Good, Jenna Martinez, and Carson LaRue. So a huge shout out to them. They help me out. They're my color commentator. They help with prep work. They do a lot for the program as well, and they help me out a lot. Then I want to recognize our tech crew because they're the ones who make it happen behind the scenes. As I like to say a lot, me, Sam, Jenner, and Carson, we just talk. We don't do really much anything else. We just talk and set up our stuff. So I want to recognize our tech crew. First, we have Morgan Smith, Zach Dixon. Then we have Michael Anzalone, Aaron Henry, Sarah Ruckel, Gabby Parker, Madeline Mendoza, and I believe that is it. So huge shout out to everyone that helps us here in EPS TV. We are, I like to say, the best student-run broadcast in the state. We are a very advanced program. As sometimes we have technical issues when you guys watch, but realistically, we are a very advanced program. What I'm recording in right now is our studio that not a lot of people know about. It's kind of a hidden gem in the high school. So we do have a very advanced program. The program's been around for about 9 years now. They'll be celebrating the 10th anniversary of EPS TV coming up this following school year. So that's going to be fun for them. As you know, this is my senior year, so I will not be live anymore after this Friday. So this is when it's going to play for tonight's soccer game against Stillwater. So it's going to be a fun one. And so tonight we will be passing the torch to the next generation of EPS TV. I will personally to Sam Good and Carson LaRue. So ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure working with you guys, working with EPS TV. So I just want to say thank you and go Big Blue. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Allen Family Field for this halftime interview. Liam Franklin alongside EHS Assistant Principal, Mr. Kendon Molinax.
The expert in soccer.
For our final halftime interview ever. Tonight is it. It's been a long, long journey, but finally at the end, it's going to be a good ending. I'm excited for the new adventures that are going to come after this.
Well, I tell you one thing, it's a lot better than our last football interview when we had water around our feet with all the wires, electrical, and everything going on.
Yeah, that
was cold, and I think it started to snow. I don't know what it was, but at least it's a beautiful night out here in Oklahoma out through the fields tonight, so it's been really great. Yeah. It's been a journey for you, Liam. I'm very proud of you. I tell you, I was talking to some people and just very thankful how we took a young man 3 years ago and brought him in, and we've trained you, worked with you, and then let you fly. And you got to meet someone who graduated from the college that you're heading to, the UCO. We had Channel 5 News come up. It was positive, folks.
Yeah.
It was positive. I know people were out there going, what's the Channel 5 doing? It was all about our AI program, which is a great program for tutoring. And I took him into our studio. They were impressed with our studio, and then I had you come out there. At first, I thought he was going to faint when he saw the camera of Channel 5 and the reporter, but the cameraman had graduated from UCO and in the same area that you're going to go major in. So really good, really excited for you, and I think you have some other news, don't you? You want to share with us today?
Yeah, well, last week I signed up to be nominated for the class of 2025 senior speaker, and I found out today that with over a quarter of the staff that voted, I won with 27% of the vote.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, I appreciate it.
I didn't vote for you.
I've either had people tell me, oh, yeah, I voted for you, or I didn't vote for you. I didn't vote for you.
No, I'm really proud of you. You come a long ways. And, it's kind of funny. Remember the first time I had you come in, I pushed the game on my monitor for you. I said, commentate, and you're like, And now you're over here doing all the sports. And I'm surprised they let me come into the field today. The last few games I've been at any sports, I've been the curse and bad luck. So I'm going to be leaving shortly here and turn it over to Mr. Liddell. But I want to just say, hey, we got some things coming up real quick. The girls are doing great.
Yep.
Once again, I watch these footwork of these young ladies, and I'm like tripping just by watching it. They're so really good.
Yeah.
And they seem to be more aggressive after Stillwater got that first goal. And I think they're pretty excited. Coach is doing a great job over there. We have softball, regional softball, this coming Wednesday, 11 o'clock. They will play Norman North at Southmore. The loser will play Southmore, and then if they have 1-1 or 0, it's a weird thing, but they'll play at 3 o'clock, and then hopefully we can win regionals in Gulf State and slow pitch softball. We had our girls' regionals golf this past Wednesday. They did well, not quite there, just a few shots off, but I believe Coach Dunn said next year is going to be a great year for Enid High Pacer golf. We have some banquets next week as well. Do you know that? You know, one thing about the season ending up, you have a lot of banquets as well.
Well,
there they all are.
We got
Monday
cheer on the 28th, and then girls and boys soccer on the 29th,
Tuesday,
tennis on the 30th,
Wednesday,
softball on the 1st,
Thursday,
and track on the 5th.
Friday.
And then that next week we have May Fate, Little Olympics, all of that fun stuff.
Well, senior night.
Yeah.
Baccalaureate.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Lincoln Appreciation Night. And there's something in a couple of weeks on a Thursday night. I don't know, the 15th. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's going to be a real fun time. Actually, good thing you did bring that up because I needed to make the announcement here.
Yes, please.
So this year, the Enid High School graduation will not be live streamed unless it is going to be at Devers Selby Stadium. If it's going to be at the Expo Center, we're going to have too many technical difficulties to bring it to you guys. We will record it, and it will be posted the next day. But if it's not at Selby Stadium, it will not be live streamed this year.
So for those of you who watch it live, you better hope we have great weather. If not, you'll have to be like a lot of shows that are on TV that push it on streaming the next day. Just wait 24 hours. We learned our lesson last year with all the technical problems being inside.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a very wise move, and I'm glad we already have the date. That way we're not moving the date back and forth. Hard to believe 4 years of high school is drawing to an end.
Yeah.
And off to
3
college.
years of all of this. And it's been a great time, and it's just an interesting feeling. I've had a lot of people ask me, they're like, "Are you going to cry today?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, it's just I'm glad to be moving on and passing it down to everyone else, so it's going to be a good time."
Well, we had something not this past Wednesday, the cultural blitz, but the week before we had what was that? What did we do? Sports assembly, and we acknowledge our great staff here and all of our students who are doing the part of the broadcasting, and we had teachers walk in and all that. But I'm always in the corner. A lot of people think I like the limelight. I kind of do some days. But I'd rather be in the corner watching everyone else succeed. And when they announced you to come out and everyone was cheering and your whole staff and you acknowledged you did a great job, a teacher was walking by me and she looked at me and she stopped. She goes, "Are you okay?" I was a little teary-eyed. I've invested in you. And to take a kid who was a nobody in this school to be known as the voice of EPS Broadcasting Vision.
And this is
really
the second. That was the second assembly after the winter sports one, and I got that big of a pop. And everyone asked me, they're like, "What do you think about that big pop you got?" I was like, honestly, it's like tunnel vision. When you go out there, you're hearing you just don't hear anything. I was like, I don't think it was that loud. They're like, no, it was really loud.
For all those who are over 30, pop means applaud. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
I'm learning things as well. Liam, I know we only got a minute left. Let me just say, I hope the best for you. I know you do an amazing job. I want to thank you for all the times you've had me with you, football, basketball, soccer. even baseball. We did
Yeah.
baseball time one time.
did,
I'm
yeah.
gonna miss you, but the good news is once you get out of high school, we can probably talk to each other, and
Yeah.
and I'll be come down to UCO and take
yeah.
you out for
Oh,
lunch
yeah.
or something
It'll
like
be
that.
fun. It'll be fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the final halftime interview, Liam Frank alongside Mr. Kenan Mullinax, and we'll be back in about 25 seconds with some more.
Hey,
Pacers
hold on. And as always,
Go Big Blue. is still 1-1. Remember, this game, as I've been saying all game long, has playoff implications written all over it. Let's see if the Pacers can try to book themselves a trip back to the playoffs after a 2-year drought. Let's see what they can do.
Stilly?
Yeah, looks like it, yeah. Wow. Hey, guys.
Playing great defense. About 10 minutes passed here in the second half. This one's going to be a close one. I think it's going to go down to the wire. So let's see.
Yeah, this one really is going to go through the wire.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to it, honestly.
I mean, both teams are playing really great. Defense is really good on both sides.
Yeah.
Only allowing 1 goal per side.
Yeah, so let's see if the Pacers can try to put one on the board and kind of give them, you know, in baseball they call them insurance runs to make sure they don't catch up, but call this one an insurance goal, try to make sure Stillwater just only ties the game or doesn't take the lead. So let's see if the Pacers can do that with 29:35 to go here in the second half. That one just goes over the goal.